morning adventures.
Hello there.
From our awesome little cottage house on our ranch that we arrived to yesterday.
On our little ranch farm.
Allison made us a nice little breakfast, super light, because we are going to be hopefully eating a lot later today.
Yes.
But this ranch is about 30 minutes outside of Nashville, and it's awesome because you're still pretty close to Nashville, but it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, which is exactly what we wanted. There are animals all over the ranch, a lot of them miniature animals.
Yes, although they have the biggest dogs and the tiniest animals, and I love it.
Like we mentioned in our last video, we really just needed a bit of a vacation from working on the RV because we've been putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that thing.
A lot of sweat, a little blood.
Yeah, actual blood. We have bled. Maybe not on it, I hope not.
As you guys know, prior to starting work on the RV, we used to travel all the time and do stuff like this all over the world.
And after a few months of not doing that, it actually feels weird just packing up and driving to a little place like we used to.
Yeah, we forgot how much we missed it. We're just so happy to be here.
So we're gonna keep it super chill, you guys. We're gonna eat our breakfast, show you guys around the property a little bit, and then just kind of relax for the rest of the day, and then have ourselves an awesome dinner. Do we mention the dinner?
We are having a farm-to-table 5-course dinner tonight. There's a little barn outside. It looks amazing. They've been setting up for the past couple hours. I cannot wait.
We gotta start with the outside. Look how charming and rustic this place is. It's got vines growing all over it.
I love it.
It's so like country western kitschy.
Exactly, yes. Welcome to our amazing tiny cottage. Isn't this thing adorable, y'all? It's super quaint. It's small, but it's still very spacious. It has plenty of room. We've got a huge bed, confirmed. Very, very comfortable.
Yes.
Perfect for Netflixing, perfect for sleeping in, maybe other activities. But we love that it has a bit of a vaulted ceiling in here, so even though it's a tiny home, it feels very spacious, and there are plenty of windows to let in lots of natural light. We've got our cute little seating area here where Eric has been editing. We eat breakfast at, and the best part, you get a view out to the mini goats and the mini donkeys and the mini cow. There's a mini cow. Spoiler alert.
Everything's mini on this ranch.
Everything's mini. And you wake up to sounds of roosters and chickens. It's so cute and quaint. I can't believe that we are actually only like 15 minutes from, you know, Nashville proper, and yet I feel like I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I never would have guessed.
Yeah, this is the kind of place we were looking for because we didn't want to have to go way off in the middle of nowhere, but we wanted to kind of feel pretty isolated, and this does the trick for sure. Oh my gosh.
Off of the main room is the little kitchen dining room area, which you guys saw last night. Even though it's also a small space, they have quite a functional kitchen in here. A nice big sink made out of a bucket, which is so charming. They have the hot plate so you can actually cook meals. This little grill oven, which I was a little too scared to mess with, but it's very adorable and retro looking.
I love how it says nostalgia on it. Follow me into the bathroom.
It's like a little hobbit hole.
This is so charming, you guys. I'm glad I'm not a little bit taller because I've been banging my head all over the place. We have a giant tub, like a wash tub thing. That's what that's called, right? A wash tub?
Yeah, it's an actual wash tub.
Yeah. Then the sink is a big old bowl with a barrel. Luckily, the toilet is a real toilet. It's not just a bucket like everything else. That's good.
Hi. Hi, Lily. Oh, hello. Oh, I'm sorry, Lily. I'll be back.
They have this huge stable area. This is, I think, where we're gonna be eating our dinner later tonight over there. Sadly, I don't think there are any actual horses in these stalls. You probably wouldn't want to eat where there are horses, but it would be super cool. This place is so photogenic, you guys. We've just been going on Instagram missions because we haven't had anything to post on Instagram other than RV stuff.
Yeah, and our RV is not in a state to take photos with at the moment, so we haven't really posted on there. Sorry for those of you who follow us, but we do post stories from time to time.
Yeah. So if you want to see a little bit up-to-date behind-the-scenes stuff, make sure you follow us on Instagram. We'll put it on the screen right here. If any of these photos turned out good, I think we have some keepers. We'll pop them up on the screen right now.
This place is so cute. I don't think you could take a bad photo here. I think secretly Eric picked this spot because it's right in front of the fan. It feels so good. It is very humid. I'm so glad we're out here leisurely strolling and not in the RV working up a sweat right now. Easy.
Cocktail time. Oh yeah.
Y'all, I told you, there's a miniature cow. Look at this little guy.
What are you two knuckleheads doing?
Are you guys best friends? There you go. Yummy. Dinner time, huh? This is like what we ate for breakfast. Just veggies. Oh my god, that tongue! Did you see that? Do you eat grass, Mr. Pig? You eat probably, ew, anything. Oh my gosh.
I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side. I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown.
Dinner has officially started. This is our first course. There are going to be 5 courses tonight, and they gave us a little farm-to-table dinner menu along with Meet Your Farmers. They tell you exactly where all of the ingredients come from. It's gonna be so delicious. Our cocktail was magnificent. We forgot to say that this dinner is actually a fundraiser for an organization called SAFE that works with foster kids, and they do things like host free birthday parties for them. They bring the kids here to play with the animals so they get some interaction with nature, and they do it I think every month. So you can stay in their Airbnb or you can just come to the dinner, whatever you like.
And we can recommend because we're having a blast.
Oh my god, it's so nice. Even though we have to, you know, do the social distancing and everything.
Yeah, and we have to wear a mask when we're out and about and
Yeah.
up and about.
But it's been nice to chat with people. We haven't really been out other than with our families in months, so it's really cool to be outside doing fun things in the summer. I'm loving it.
For the second course, they brought out these cheeky little bruschetta bites. So they got some goat cheese on there, some tomatoes on the top, and I think it's parsley. It's good. It's real good. Everything so far has just been so fresh. Like the herbs on there are just so fresh and crisp tasting. And the tomatoes are awesome. The bruschetta is super crunchy.
That's because it's all from the Nashville area, and Nashville is magical.
It's all local farms, man. That's awesome. By the way, we just realized that a lot of you guys might not know that we actually used to live in Nashville. That's why we always come back here, because we just are familiar with the area and we love the countryside. And we're actually going to go into the city for our next video as well. When did we live here?
10 years ago?
10 years ago that we lived in Nashville.
We got married here, y'all.
Yeah, but we visit here all the time because it's an awesome city. If you haven't been to Nashville, put it on that list right now.
Well, and my sister lives here, so it's free accommodation. Oh, it happened. Our 4th course is here. It is leg of lamb with yogurt tahini sauce, herbed oil, and pan-seared green beans. Oh my gosh, we fell in love with lamb when we were in New Zealand, and it was so good. We tried to make it ourselves. It didn't really work out.
Allison's really self-conscious about the lamb not being good.
We've just had such good lamb so far.
Yeah, the bar is set pretty high, but this does look pretty good, I think.
I hope so. Still practicing.
There's an art to preparing it for
but
sure.
When it's good, it's so good, and I imagine this is gonna be so good. I'm so excited that I accidentally grabbed 2 knives instead of
We've also had a few glasses of wine. We're trying to keep our composure.
2, 3. It's totally fine. Oh yeah, that lamb is super tender. There's a nice coating of seasoning on top. I think a lot of pepper in there. The mint yogurt tahini sauce is super flavorful, really fresh. Like Eric was saying, everything tonight is just so fresh.
It's like crisp, straight from the farm.
Exactly.
That's what it tastes like.
It just is perfect for a warm summer night.
Literally on a farm.
On a farm. Does life get much better? I don't know. I guess without Corona it would be a lot better. Whoa, baby.
What? The green beans are good?
The green beans are super good. They're like super warm and crunchy and well seasoned. Good green beans, good lamb. Oh.
Good night.
Good night. Adventurers, we'll see you on the road.
We left Gratitude Ranch this morning, you guys. Had an amazing time there. Dinner last night was awesome.
So good.
But the weekend isn't quite over yet. There's actually a town nearby that we were gonna try to go to yesterday but didn't make it, called Leaper's Fork. Is that how you pronounce it?
It's just this tiny little quaint town. I think it's gonna have a lot of antiques and the sort, but it's supposed to be really adorable.
Yeah, it's tough right now because a lot of stuff is still closed because of COVID. So we'll have to see what places we can actually go into and if we can eat anywhere and all that good stuff. But stay tuned.
We made a quick pit stop on the way to Leaper's Fork. We're just like, I don't know, a quarter mile from there, but there's this little corner with this little gas station market and a a coffee shop in a tiny home. It just looked so cute and delicious, we couldn't pass it up.
I think it's pretty well known in the area too.
I think so.
It's called Redbird Coffee.
Yeah, but we did do an oopsie daisy.
I love how you call something you really wanted to do an oopsie.
Well, it's just a bad decision, a bad delicious decision. We got a donut, that's what I'm trying to say. We got a maple glazed donut. They had a bunch of donut and scone flavors, but we're suckers for maple glaze, so we went the donut. Oh.
Oh yeah, it's like a cake donut.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. We don't usually start the day with sweet stuff, but I feel like I'm on vacation, I deserve it. This is perfect, I'm loving it.
See what this donut's about.
Oh, it's just
Oh yeah,
terrible,
wow,
right?
it's so moist. Holy cow.
You don't want any more though, right?
You can have the rest of it. Yeah.
What? Oh my gosh, just kidding, I could never eat this whole thing.
Guys, check out this old cop car that they have sitting outside the coffee shop. Is this cool or what? It's a Pontiac and it's in pristine condition. Look on the inside of this thing.
That is lovely.
It's right next to a road here, and I wonder if people drive by, if they slow down thinking there's a cop here. Like a gut instinct because they see the lights.
Our next project?
Actually, yeah, I would totally drive this in 2 seconds. We've made it to the actual town of Leapers Fork. I don't know why, but everyone has all these fancy retro cars around here. There's an awesome Chevy Blazer over there. There's a Bronco right where we parked. There's also this little red sports car.
It's making me kind of jealous.
Yeah.
I love our new car, but God, I would love it. I guess we do have an old car.
Eventually, we want to get like an old Jeep or something to kind of restore it eventually.
Yeah, we haven't learned our lesson with the vintage RV.
Lots of motorcycles too.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go eat. Sweet tea delivery.
Oh yeah. Well, with a splash of sweet. Oopsie. You can't come to Tennessee and not get a meat and three. So that is what we have done for our breakfast lunch. We came to Puckett's, which is a really famous place here in Leapers Fork. I think they have a few locations throughout Nashville. Basically, you just walk in. They have everything in a buffet style, and you just point to what you want, and then they scoop it out for you and bring it to you.
This is actually a meat and two.
Yeah,
so you
we
get a
did
meat
two.
and then two sides.
But you get the hoe cakes on their own, so it's kind of like a meat and three, right?
I ended up just getting some chicken, some mashed potatoes, some macaroni. I've already tasted the macaroni, and it is about as good as macaroni gets. It's so delicious. She always has at least a little bit of green on her plate.
They got mustard greens, pulled pork, and this is actually a squash casserole, so it's mostly cheese. If you want to see more delicious Nashville food, we've actually been here a few times. We did a barbecue tour and just a kind of Nashville food tour. Tomorrow we might try to sneak in yet another one if we have any room left in our bellies after these 2 days. All right, we're gonna leave you here because we're about to devour this. Bye, adventurers.
See you on the road.